that.
So what are some things you remember about being in Brownsmead when you were growing up?
All of it.
Tell me stories.
Oh. Well, there was my brother and me.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad. My mom was a city person,
Okay.
completely. My dad had to work hard to help feed his 5 sisters.
Oh.
And that was Grandpa's plan for him. And they lived right next to us.
Okay.
But it was just a happy way to grow up.
Yeah.
Lots of work for everybody. All the neighbors were wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the guy next door? Your husband was the guy grew up next to you?
No, it's rather romantic, but when I got older, I like boys, yeah. When I went to high school, that's when I met him, and he was in the class ahead of me. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
And he was, anyway, so in high school, that's when I met him.
How many kids were in your high school?
How many?
Yeah, like in your class. Can you remember that?
I can't just pop up with
Whether it was small.
But I'll say between 20 and 25.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it in Brownsmead, your high school?
No, but the grade school was there, and it was eight grades in one room, one teacher, and that was a good education.
Yeah.
When we got to and then when we got to high school, big town high school, Napa.
Where was it? Where was Napa High School?
Right where it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not that building.
No, but the building was moved to just across from the hall. You know where it is. And it's a store now.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
guess it's still open.
Yeah.
That used to be the Napa High
That was
School?
our school, the grade school.
Oh, grade
That was
school.
our grade school.
Was the grade school at the Grange?
The what?
It wasn't at the Grange, the grade school?
No, across the
It was that one building across the street from the Grange, she says.
That turned into a store,
Yeah.
and then it turned into a, yeah,
Right
and,
there's
okay,
a
okay.
store.
And then it became a store.
Okay,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
One teacher for 8 grades.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there weren't a grade, so.
Depending on...
How many kids were in the grade school? Do you think?
It would vary from 2 to maybe a big class would be 4. One teacher.
Sounds like Jewel.
Yeah.
And the higher grades would often help with the others. And we'd learn in the lower grade, would learn from what's going on with all the rest.
Yeah.
But actually it was a really good, when we got to high school, almost all of us were ahead of everybody. But
So
we didn't
where were the
count
other
that
kids?
anymore.
Then where would the other kids be coming from? There wasn't another school in Napa, was there?
Farms? You said where you come.
Well, I'm just thinking if
Just
you were the
the
Brownsmead group that fed into the Napa High School.
There was a Swenson
No,
grade
I'm talking
school.
about
and-
grade school.
Well, I know, but then once you were ready for high school and you went to the high school, but there were other kids from other places in the high school?
Napa and Swenson.
Swenson had a grade
Oh,
school.
I didn't know that.
And,
And-
then one girl came from Blind Slough, either on a speeder or she'd walk once in a while.
Okay.
There was one over by the ball field in Napa. That was a school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the Napa grade school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mal loves old schools, so we've seen them all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think there was another.
But there was one, I thought there was one down Silvendale. Over by
Yes,
where
that
Nowhaus
was
live.
different. I mean, that was, we were with them, and or were they with it? But, and I think it was about the same size, maybe even smaller.
Where's
Okay.
Silvendale?
All of the Lubajarvis.
Right. Yeah.
People on that road in that area went there, but we didn't.
Right.
Until we got to high school, we didn't even know who they were.
And probably where Clifton Bradwood had a school, grade school.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Silvendale?
Silvendale is off of Aldrich Point. So as you're headed toward my house, and then you get to the, I don't know what I want to call it, the building where
They've all
they're,
got different names.
right, I
on
know it,
the
right.
roads.
Anyway, there's a right hand turn that goes back
Okay.
there. So that's where Nowhaus lived down there. And
Yeah, it's so nice to have questions like that.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I love those memories.
yeah.
And of course, they're not all. One teacher would do this. Usually she was an older, almost time for retiring. But those memories are still, the memories of those are there. Still there. But what happened 2 weeks ago here?
Yeah, I
can't
know,
tell
even
you
this
that.
morning, right?
What
Tell me
would, oh, excuse me.
No, go ahead. And did you, I think the train was going then too,
The
right?
what?
The train,
Yeah.
where the train tracks,
Yeah, we never had, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people had no
transportation?
vehicle. But we had our two workhorses, and we had, and when we got the Ritz, we got a tractor.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
that was nice.
but the horses really did the work. Two old horses.
And then because the train went through Aldrich Point down that way towards Astoria originally, right? Before the landslide and took it out. Do you remember? Do you remember being on the train going to Astoria?
Yeah, well, that's how we went. Now, I'm amazed at how young we were sent to get a few things and given a little money
Yeah.
to have lunch before we caught the train. I mean, really young.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you wouldn't even dream of that.
Uh-huh.
And that's all we had.
Yeah.
And they waited till I got married till they got a car.
Okay. Because at one time, I don't know that you could have gotten to Astoria though, because yeah, other than that, right?
No, Scow Bay was there.
Strawberry. Yeah.
What would you wear to school? What did children wear to school when you went to grade school?
We were dressed just like all the other kids.
Probably dresses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The girls never.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't wear pants yet. Even when, so when I was, went into high school, we were out target shooting. My sister shot me through the legs. And we couldn't wear dresses to school.
You couldn't wear pants to school.
I couldn't wear pants to school. Yeah, they had to be dresses.
No, I couldn't either.
Yeah, but I was supposed to elevate my leg, and I said, I am not elevating my leg in a dress. That's not how.
No, I
So,
tried. Oh, go ahead.
We had to petition the principal and whatever to allow me to wear pants.
Yeah, I remember going on the Reuter bus on a really cold football game, and I had wool pants and a mohair sweater. Thought I looked really nice. And
I'm sure
I
you
went
did.
to get on the bus, and the guy starts shaking his head.
Really? Oh
And
my goodness.
This was probably my senior year, and I said, "What?" He goes, "You can't ride the bus in pants. You can't go to the game." So I had to, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I got to college at UC Davis, my freshman year, they still required you to wear a dress to the dining hall. But it went downhill after that.
Where did you go to
You went
I
down.
went to University of California at Davis.
Sounds like a big one.
Yeah.
Even
What
then.
is now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was an agriculture school in those days. It was the Cal Aggies. Didn't Ed go there?
And Ed went there. Mm-hmm.
And Russell Hunter went there.
Mm-hmm. And Molly.
And Molly.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I found out right away
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
when he came. Oh, isn't that something?
Yeah. And Monty. Monty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Monty.
Ryla?
I don't know. Kinsley.
Oh,
Monty
I didn't know
Kinsley.
that.
Yeah. That's how he. So with the dairy that had the dairy, Monty and Lois Kinsley.
What's the last name?
Kinsley.
Kinsley.
Kinsley?
Kinsley.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was after I left Brownsmead.
So
But I remember the name.
yeah. So Monty and Russ and Ed and who else has some? And Joe Roan came later, but those three came up together because Monty came up first and he had cattle, and then he needed a veterinarian because there wasn't one specific.
What year was this?
Ed came in 76, so it was just before that. And then, so Russ came up, and then he and Ed bought a piece of property together.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Russ married?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he and Molly came.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I didn't. So, Kinsley and who? Joe Roan?
And
was
Joe,
from
and so
Davis?
Joe wrote the piece of property that they bought belonged to Joe, and Joe was from Eastern Oregon, from
Oh,
Pendleton.
he wasn't from Davis. Okay.
and
Is that a place that you grew up?
no, this was just some more Brownsmead history. Yeah. So then he came over.
So did you ever meet Bhagwati Padar?
Yeah.
He was from Davis. He was my professor at Davis.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wonder why Ed didn't know that.
And it was the strangest thing because I have kind of, especially it used to happen to me more, I have kind of a ESP thing, and for some reason I thought about him. And we were in Pig and Pancake, and I hadn't seen him in years. We'd probably lived here 10 years. And his name went through my head, and this has happened to me before. And maybe 10 minutes later I look up, and he's coming through the door, and it just really, this has happened to me before, where it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah. And so, it's, yeah.
Well, it turned out that a gal in Astoria here
He
that
didn't last long.
goes to St. Mary's took classes from my dad at Arizona State.
Wow.
Took jewelry classes from. Yeah.
But where did you grow up? In
I grew up in Phoenix, in Arizona.
big town or little?
It's huge. Yeah.
Big. Oh.
Yeah.
And you?
Northern California. My dad had a Ben Franklin store. Do you know what Ben Franklin stores are?
No.
It's like a Woolworths.
Yeah.
Yeah, he owned a Ben Franklin store in Oroville, which is near Chico. And that was where I was raised. And it was hot, really, like 110 tomorrow.
It's 117 in Phoenix.
Yeah, that's true. Marty's daughter just moved to Scottsdale.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, my mother was a city girl from Lower California, Pasadena.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we were young, we got once in a while, a few times,
Mm-hmm.
we'd go down on a train.
Mm.
Me and Mom and my brother and me, not my dad. Somebody had to milk the cows.
Uh-huh.
And besides, he wasn't a city person. So
You'd go visit your grandma down in Southern California?
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And my other one was from Germany. Oh, wonderful lady. And Grandpa.
And where did she live, your German grandma? Did she live down there
Right
too?
next door to us, and that home doesn't exist now. But
Was that Grandma Bartlett then?
No,
No?
that's Bartlett's my husband's name,
Mm.
and his
Oh, you're.
but he's from here, this area too. His dad was a fisherman in across the river. Anyway, it's so interesting to hear how people got where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I was born in what's our big red brick?
Oh, St. Mary's? Were you
No,
born in
the other
St.
one.
Mary's? Flats Up Care?
Yeah, and it used to be Columbia.
Memorial. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
But you were born in a hospital, not at home.
my I heard that my grandmother in California, when she knew my mother was going to have her first baby and was going to go to a hospital, she cried because you go there, you don't go there to live, you go there to die.
Oh.
It was so far,
Well, in those days, the women had to stay in bed for 2 weeks.
Right.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I heard all that story.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have to stay in bed for 2 weeks when you had your
Me?
babies? Yeah.
I had a 1 week vacation.
1 week.
And then you were
And we
back
got-
at it.
we got
I
3
enjoyed
days.
every minute of it too.
Yeah.
Now they pop in,
Yep,
pop out.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Isn't it beautiful? We finally
It's
got
so
a real
beautiful.
summer
Yes,
day.
yes.
Have you been outside today?
Twice a day?
Have you been outside today?
Not today. No.
Yeah.
The other day after supper, I was talking to someone out by where you came in. And one of my teeth fell out and fell on
Oh,
the
dear.
floor. My front tooth.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And so that was 2 days ago.
So you had a trip to the
yesterday was all
dentist?
day. My tooth was getting put back in my plate.
Oh.
I have 2 plates. And I don't know why I had to tell you that awful story, but it's just a couple hours ago. My precious daughter-in-law, she's wonderful. She spent the whole morning taking my bottom plate, whichever one it was, to a dentist that she had heard
Mm-hmm.
would probably fix that,
Good.
and
Good.
and he did.
Mm-hmm.
But I was here not opening the door for anybody.
Because you didn't want anybody to see that toothless grin.
And she could have did that for me.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Was there anything you need, Carolyn?
Well, I got it all right now. No, I
Okay.
just love company.
You have my phone number still, right?
I know, and I think, believe me, I think about it, but I don't do anything about it. Well, there's things to do here. My family pops in a lot
Good.
and calls me.
Good.
And
That's good.
And I call them, and I don't, and I love